This is the perfect place for us to be celebrating the history of the Canadian Toy Association. We're here at Mastermind. We're at the flagship store over here at Yonge and Lawrence, and this is just such a special place to talk about our memories of our industry. When I share with you memories, I'm going to sprinkle in a couple of lessons because we've got so much young talent coming into the industry. Great young talent, great young toy entrepreneurs in the Toy Association. So let's just jump in and talk about our memories. Well, you know, when we got to Hong Kong, we looked at our calendar and we saw the day that Don Cameron and Chris Beardall were coming in, the big Walmart buyers, and we were a little stressed and preparing. I used to watch to see when the doors opened up in the elevators. But you know, Don and Chris, you guys were part of the fabric of the Toy Association. And thanks for teaching us that the right item at the right price did crazy velocity. Thanks for all the closeouts you help us with. And Don, we always remember spending time with you at Square One. The Yanofskys, wowee, the guy, you know, you guys really showed us that great innovation, true great product can break through established brands. You had Fingerlings, you know, the Robo Sapien, and so much more. The Alberts, the Albert family, you know, Kenny, Richard, the father, all of them. You're such great gentlemen, and you used to be able to share your time and share your insights with people in the industry and help out. Pogs was interesting. Pogs taught us the huge volume of a collectible. But sadly, Pogs also taught us that the importance of managing inventory on the way down for fads. Irwin Toy. I mean, in the 70s and the 80s, people thought Irwin Toy was the only toy company in Canada because every commercial during the holidays was Irwin Toy. You know, the Irwin Toy had such great booths at the trade show. You taught us the importance of making a powerful booth at the shows. You had your Power Rangers launch, your Who Wants to Be a Millionaire, and you had the best trade shows. Renan, you know, it was so brilliant. I mean, the young generation can learn so much from you about how you structured partnerships and you architected partnerships. The way you put together the Bakugan partnership and the Paw Patrol partnership was absolutely brilliant. And Renan, you're known as the banana guy in Japan. And you know, you earned the trust from the Japanese. You invested so much perseverance and time, and you had an incredible relationship with the Japanese. Also, Renan, your vision in championing Paw Patrol and the entertainment division is legendary. Benny, everyone remembers when you jumped in the tank at New York Toy Fair with the inventors. And you know, Benny, even though you've made everyone laugh, you truly revolutionized, you reimagined, and you re-architected the way everyone works with inventors. Benny, our competitors copied what you did with inventors. You know, I remember when you told the inventors at the Toadies at New York to go up and accept the award. And there were so many small things and important things you did with inventors. Benny, you are a hero to the inventing community, and you are truly a creative genius. You championed and imagined Hatchimals and many other huge hits. And then we had the Kotzers, Howie, Mike, Cheryl, and Sam Kotzer. You know, you guys always had humor. Yes, the humor was a little bit dirty. We all remember your humor. But you know, the young generation can learn from you how important humor is in the selling process, how important humor is in influencing others. But what very few people know is the Kotzers have a very deep connection with Spin Master. You helped finance our company in the first year, and you helped us with connections, and we really love you guys. John Levy, here we are at your store. A little emotional. Anyways, you know, when I used to see you at trade shows, I would see you in a booth with a small entrepreneur, and then a couple hours later, I'd walk by and you were in the same booth because you had all this, you know, John, you had so much curiosity and so much genuineness helping small entrepreneurs and searching. You would search for the greatest product, and you created the most amazing curation of merchandise. John, you taught a lot of people in the industry so many things when you spent time with all these young entrepreneurs, and thanks for all you did. Monica, congratulations for being inducted into the Hall of Fame. You know, everyone in the world knows what happened with Babies R Us and Toys R Us, the side-by-side. You had so much vision at an early stage of the shopping experience and the consumer, and you launched the first ever side-by-side in Canada of the Babies R Us and Toys R Us. Great leadership. We have such great memories of being in the Sherway stores doing launches. I know Mr. T came up to the Sherway store. You had wrestlers there. Lots of fun things. And then we had the Bertrands. You got Mark, Vic Bertrand, Steve Morris, the whole gang there. I mean, no one did relationships the way you guys do. Relationships matter in this industry, and you taught us all. I mean, everyone loves spending time with you. I mean, you guys took relationships to another level. Steve Morris, you created the first ever golf, like Canadian Association golf event, and we used to all go there so you could have relationships with all of us. And that's where I met Jeff Hurst at your golf event. Jerry Smith, you had such great energy. We love spending time with you. You dominated the Redbox games and has so many great successes. You know, the Batat brothers, you guys have a different style, and you're quiet, but you've had a very profitable and healthy company, and I really admire what you've done with your organization. You know, when I think of Mattel Canada, I can think about the great leaders that came from Mattel Canada. And think about the hundreds and hundreds of talent that you mentored and you taught. Like the leadership of Mattel, you had Ian Bradley, you had Jeff Massenberg, great leader, you had Jeff O'Brien, and Steve Totsky, you're such an outstanding leader. You've done incredible at Mattel, and Mattel Canada has given us membership of incredible leaders. You know, when you think of the toy industry, you can't help but think about when we used to be at the Metro Convention Center downtown. You know, I remember the plasma car, which I love. We used to have the plasma car in our house. It's such an incredible product. Tim Kimber, you showed the plasma car for the first time ever at the Toronto Canadian Toy Show, and it's such a great product. Also, I remember when Wayne Gretzky in the 80s, Wayne Gretzky came and he launched his road hockey at the Canadian Toy Association. You know, when we really think about the Canadian toy industry, the most memories are the friendships we all made. It's just so special, all the people we met. Like, remember January 3rd, 4th, and 5th when we would meet at the airport with Air Canada flying direct to Hong Kong, and literally half of the plane was the Toy Association. And then we'd get to Hong Kong, and we'd all have fun and hang out at the bar, Sticky Fingers. But let's go through some of the cast of characters that we've had the fortune of meeting as friends and being with. You know, Harold Chiswick, Richard DeRoche. Richard, you make me laugh so much. You know, Richard, you got your first job at Rebit, which Rebit came from Quebec. And Rebit had the most innovative first ever 3D puzzle. And I remember their Titanic product. It was truly revolutionary. And then we have all the incredible people from Toys R Us. Melanie Tiedgemarsh, great leader. Debbie Nicholson. Mike Bitcher reminded me the other day that when he used to report to you at Toys R Us, he learned as a buyer that it's so important to have facts. It's so important to prepare and over-prepare and have the data, and you taught him that. And then there was Bob Figures, great reps like Alan Goldberg, the Turvey family, Peter Turvey, John Sinclair from Playmates. John, everyone spent great time with you and loves you. Hugh MacGyver and the MacGyver family, Doug Pike, George Fagan, the Fagan family. And let's not forget, okay, that Thinkway Toys, do you know that the Toy Story global license was signed by Albert Chan and John Barton and the Thinkway family? It's just incredible accomplishment. I remember Paul Thompson, the first buyer I ever called on at Canadian Tire, and showing up in his office, and Grand Toys from Montreal. And then Scott Urey from Zellers, you know, the whole Zellers group, just amazing. And you know, I wasn't there, but in the 80s, Jack Ward used to do this epic, on Sundays when people took the day off in Hong Kong, Jack used to take the whole Canadian Toy Association out on a boat for 5-6 hours and have fun and party and have a good time. And then, you know, Trivial Pursuit was invented by Canadians. You know, Doug McFadden and his friends, and Doug did a great job with headbands. And the list goes on, and obviously I'm missing so many. As we all know, the Canadian Toy Association is full of so many special characters, and we had so much fun together. Tonight, we get to celebrate all the amazing accomplishment from great Canadian toy people. Time to celebrate. Go Team Canada.